$50 million. Now, that's apparently the amount of money a cybercriminal gang are demanding from Acer, the computer manufacturing company, after successfully hitting them with a ransomware attack. I just found out about this an hour ago, and I just had to grab my camera, my mic, my laptop, and make a video talking about it. This is insane. I'm actually using an Acer laptop, the Acer Predator, and $50 million is insane. This is the highest amount of, the highest demand ever known, ever recorded for a ransomware attack. And I gotta tell you that when you think about Acer, they're actually the fourth or the fifth largest computer manufacturing company in the world, a multi-billion-dollar company. So the criminal gang obviously believe that Acer can afford to pay $50 million. Now, I'm over here on zdnet.com, and it says Acer reportedly targeted with $50 million ransomware attack. The rival ransomware gang over the weekend published various Acer documents such as financial spreadsheets, bank balances, and bank communications. Now, here's the thing. The strength of a ransomware attack depends very largely on the importance of the documents that were encrypted during the attack. Now, how do you determine the importance of a document? Well, there's two main criteria. Number one, are there backups of that document? If there are backups, then the ransomware attack is pretty much useless because the company can simply restore the backup. However, the second criteria is where things get very, very spicy, and that is how sensitive is the document or the documents. In such a scenario, it doesn't matter how many backups the company has of such documents. If they're the kind of documents that they don't want the public to know about, that's where the ransomware attack can become very, very dangerous. And I believe, this is all just speculation, but I believe that the gang found something very incriminating in the documents that they were able to encrypt, because honestly, they're not going to demand $50 million unless, of course, there is something very, very, very important that Acer might not want the public to know about. Again, this is purely speculation. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just, putting my own observation out there. Now, over here, if you're wondering, okay, how were the hackers able to successfully attack Acer with a ransomware attack? Apparently, they took advantage of an exploit in Microsoft Exchange Server. Now, I read the document here as well, and apparently there were 4 zero-day vulnerabilities that existed in Microsoft Exchange Server software. If you don't know what a zero-day vulnerability is, it's basically a vulnerability that exists on a software. However, the manufacturers or the developers of that software don't yet have a patch to close that vulnerability, which means that anybody using that software could fall victim to a cybercriminal gang who knows how to exploit that vulnerability. Now, here's where things get rather interesting. Apparently, Microsoft released the patches to patch up those vulnerabilities back on March 2nd. Because it says here on March 2nd, Microsoft released patches to tackle the 4 severe vulnerabilities in Microsoft Exchange software. At the time, the company said that the bugs were being actively exploited in limited targeted attacks. Here's the thing though. This attack apparently happened only a few days ago on Acer. So again, this is purely speculation, but I'm guessing that Acer did not patch the Microsoft Exchange Server software with the updates that Microsoft released back on March 2nd. I'm guessing that's what happened. Again, this is purely speculation because Acer haven't really told us anything. They did have a spokesperson release the statement saying, Acer routinely monitors its IT systems and most cyber attacks are well defended. Companies like us are constantly under attack, and we've reported recent abnormal situations observed to the relevant law enforcement and data protection authorities in multiple countries. And yeah, this is just the same kind of BS statement that such companies would release when they got hacked. They will never confirm that yes, we've been hacked. They will not deny. And of course, they will never tell you exactly how they were attacked. So my guess is yes, indeed, Acer have been attacked using the Microsoft Exchange exploit, which their engineers obviously did not patch up, even though Microsoft released the patches back on March 2nd. This is why you need to patch up your systems, your software, as soon as updates are available. Again, I am just purely speculating in here. I don't know if it's what I'm saying is true or false. I'm just speculating. I'm obviously going to monitor this story, because apparently they've given Acer 3 days to make the payment. They've given Acer until March 28th, and today is March 25th. They've given them until March 20th to pay the ransom demand. Whether or not Acer will go ahead to pay the demand, I don't know, but it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. So that's it, folks. $50 million for a ransomware attack, and yeah, things are going to get very, very, very spicy. I'm going to monitor the situation, and if any major update breaks, I will definitely make a video talking about it. Stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you next time. Cheers.